Hello, Pickaholics. Okay, new challenge lock today. We have got Charly by Keyless Entry. And this is in a, I'm going to guess that it's a Lockwood or a Lockwood knockoff oval, because it looks very similar to some of the other stuff I've seen. And I recognize that kind of quick set keyway in there. Let's put the key there. And let's see, nice 14 fits in there. I have not ever picked a keyless entry, and I've been wanting to. See how this goes. Ooh, instant false set. Counter rotation, and a click, and a click. And a deep false set, even deeper than it was. And click. I think my pick is not tall enough. I don't think this one's going to be tall enough either. Well, maybe. Oh, got it. But still in that false set. A little bit. Oh, there we go. Last one on number 1. That was pretty quick. I wonder. Let's try going the other way real quick. Let's see. This is a fun lock. Pretty easy. Let's see if we get the same false sets going the other way. It's always fun to take a lock and pick it the other way, if you can. It does not throw a false set as easily this way. Interesting how it's a different lock going the other way. There's a little bit of false set. Much bigger the other direction. Nope, it just falls into an even deeper false set by itself. Completely different lock going the other direction. Interesting to see why it does that. Just have to find the right pick. A little high one behind a deep one. For some reason, it doesn't want to pick this way. We're in a nice false set. I picked it this way, it's interesting that it's so much of a different lock. There we go. It's a lot sharper that way. It's much easier counterclockwise. Let's see what we have here. Knocking everything over. And I have a key, but as you all know, I like to open things up as they picked. And we're so not on camera anymore. Let's come down and see what we've got. Shim does not want to go in there. There it goes. Walk it sideways. Make sure the pins are up. Let's get the shim out of there. And so we do have some nice deep. Let's see if we can get the light on here better. There we go. Deep false places in there. It looks like there's some counter milling as well. Overset trap in 1, standard in 2. Overset in 3 and 4. Some pretty pin work here, keyless. Serrated. So, oh yeah, deep counter milling. You can actually see that people have picked it one direction more than the other. how they're oblonged a little bit. Nothing into huge, deep countermilling in 1, 3, 4, threading in 5, and clean on 6. Let's see what we get in here. We know there's going to be spools. Nice big spool. Steel spring. And a T-pin, like a Schleg T-pin in number 2, because it stayed attached. Beautiful. Spool on 3. Come out of there. There it goes. Those Schleg T-pins are always, they're awkward to pick. Another beautiful spool. And a taper that was upside down. I wonder if that shouldn't be the other way. Might prove problematic to the key itself. We'll find out in a second. And a serrated top in number 5. Okay, so the pins. Number 1, 3, 4 have the overset traps on the bottom and then serrated with the threading on it. So then we have this nice spool with that curve on it. It's really pretty, almost like a double-waisted hourglass. No serrations on it, and then a step spool, really meant to catch into that countermilling. This is actually a tapered serrated, and then this is the way this one came out, but I wonder if it wasn't meant to be the other way. Let's take a peek real quick and see. Nope, that is nice and flush. Sorry, back off camera. Trying to see how the key pins line up with the key in there itself. Stop shaking. I'm in focus. So yeah, that taper, I think, is supposed to be the other way, and it was upside down. That would change that entire pick completely, especially if it was right side up like that. It was. I pulled it out this way, but it makes no sense for it to be that way. It doesn't do anything. I'll flip it around and try it. Then we have the serrated in number 5. But it just catches one catch, so that was a quick, easy one. But then in 3, we've got that in there very, very nicely. And that, yeah, it is a little sharper in the clockwise versus the counterclockwise. And we've got the one other spool is just sitting on top of that. That definitely catches, and that hourglassing is a lot of fun that way. We have a T-pin that really will never come into play because the pin's too high. It won't ever throw a false because it's still sitting a little bit above there. Really, it's about 4 pins. That one is definitely, oh yeah, I could almost hold up the cylinder with that one. So that is Keyless Entries, Charly, made in June 20th, 21 last year. And this is the Lockwood key. Very nice, very fun. Good to pick it both directions. Have a good evening, Pickaholics.